Hi, Ben. Thanks for coming. A common criticism liberals, or particularly progressives, often levy at conservatives is the absence of compassion, so to speak, in the formation of our policies, especially under Trump. So what is your position on if compassion over logic, perhaps, or
empathy
whatever
is stupid.
balance?
So, I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, empathy is dumb. The reason I say this is not because I don't have empathy for people. It's because you should not make policy based on who you care most about. If I did, I would take all of your money and give it to my kids. I like them better than I like you. Right? The fact is that, I mean, there's an entire book on empathy that's specifically about why empathy in policy is a problem. Sympathy is fine. Right? Having sympathy for people is good. Having empathy for people is not great. The distinction being, if you have sympathy, you feel bad for someone. If you have empathy, you put yourself in the shoes of that person. But by doing so, you are now not in the shoes of everybody else. The best policy that can be made is the policy that is about the data and the number of people who are affected, because you can always find the person who's the most victimized and then make policy around that person, as opposed to trying to create policy that affects the most people in the most beneficial ways. So, I mean, it's great to be empathetic. I don't see empathy as much of a moral value as some other people do. I don't think feelings are in and of themselves moral values. I think behavior is moral much more than feelings. Maybe this is my Judaic background, but Judaism is much more an acts-based religion than a grace-based religion, meaning that in my religious viewpoint, I think that God cares much more about what you do than how you feel about it. I think politically speaking, some of the worst things that have ever happened were based on good intentions. And so, trying to formulate policy that is the best without violating people's rights is a better way of doing policy than saying, I empathize with this group of people or this particular person, and therefore I'm going to shift policy to meet them there.